I think Tyson Fury would be my biggest fight. I couldn't say what his plans are. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here as a fighter. I've been disciplined. I've stayed on track. If it were up to me, that would have been the fight happening this summer. That's what I thought. I was planning for a massive showdown with Tyson Fury, but he had other plans and I just had to carry on. When he returns, I'm sure I'll still be here. Do I want him to come back? Yes, definitely. I think it's quite disrespectful. If he's an all-time great, then why is he worrying about who is behind him? You should focus on your future. I must be so relevant to these people that are in front of me. I just find it so disrespectful. He calls himself the greatest of all time, the GOAT. If I was the GOAT, I would never worry about who is behind me. I'm leading the way. Twitter is about communication, and it's just communicating. He addressed me and tweets me quite often, and I was just in the frame of mind where I thought, me and Klitschko don't have many verbals, so let me respond to Fury. For the 5 minutes I was tweeting, and then I had to go back to training, but I would have gone back and forth. Those are the words of Anthony Joshua talking about his recent spat run-in on Twitter with the Gypsy King Tyson Fury. He says he'd love to fight Fury, and he did make some legitimate points there. He said that he hasn't deviated from the path in terms of having a showdown with Fury. It's Fury that deviated, because a lot of Fury fans look at Joshua as if he stole something from Tyson Fury. He didn't steal anything. Him and Tyson Fury could be fighting if Fury had stayed on course, gone through with the Klitschko rematch, won it, then him and Joshua would be fighting. So it's not Joshua's fault that that didn't happen. Yes, Joshua got an IBF belt off Charles Martin, who certainly not the greatest heavyweight in the world. And that IBF belt, again, I've gone over this many times, was taken from Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury didn't fight his mandatory. The IBF are very strict with mandatories. If he hadn't signed a rematch clause to face Klitschko, which he shouldn't have done, because as a mandatory challenger, he was WBO mandatory challenger, he was under no obligation to sign a rematch clause against Klitschko, but he did anyway. So it's his fault that he got stripped of the IBF title. All this stuff about it being some conspiracy to strip Fury and it was all unfair and all this kind of stuff is all nonsense. I'm not saying that things like that don't go on in boxing, they do. But in that particular instance, it's all nonsense. So Fury is the one who has prevented this Joshua Fury fight from happening so far. His actions, not only with not going through the rematch, and I know he's had his issues, so I'm not blaming him necessarily for all of his issues, but you certainly can't blame Joshua. So he made a good point with that. And also he's saying, why is Fury always mentioning my name? He calls himself the greatest of all time. What's he worried about me for? Is it jealousy from Tyson Fury? Is it resentment? You guys let me know. And anyone who's followed my channel over the past year or so at least, you should know that I've got a lot of respect for Tyson Fury, not only as a fighter, but also as a man. But he's a competitor at the end of the day. And he has a very competitive streak. And that comes out on Twitter and stuff like that. He's a very macho guy. Most of these top fighters are macho to one degree or another. They might not manifest that macho feeling in the same way. Some guys keep it hidden away and they only are macho in the actual ring. They don't really talk macho. Tyson Fury is one of the guys who talks macho. So I personally don't mind it. I like it because I think he does it with a lot of humor. He makes it entertaining, WWE style. But for some other people, it rubs them up the wrong way. Whatever the case may be, let me know what you think about Anthony Joshua's response here to the whole Tyson Fury saga. Did he make some good points? Maybe you think he didn't make any good points. Maybe you think Tyson Fury should be trolling Anthony Joshua the way that he is. Calling him a paper champion with a paper chin who's going to get knocked out by Klitschko Is that all wishful thinking from Fury? I mean, he has picked against Joshua before, and we know how that ended up. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. It's happening. I'm out.